to the fourth episode of Lex Write About It. I'm your host, Lex J, and I am so geeked for this episode because we are recording in my hometown, Dallas, Texas.
Triple D.
Triple D. Joining us today will be special guest ST1NNA.
Thank you.
ST1NNA is 28-year-old, born in St. Louis, Missouri, raised in Dallas, Texas. She is C Award nominated for Poet Spoken Word Artist of the Year and author/poet and creative genius. ST1NNA, thank you for joining me in my hometown.
Thank you. You are so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Boogie, of course.
Yes.
For sure. So, tell me a little bit more about your nomination, your C Award nomination.
It's really weird. Like, I just remember getting on Instagram one morning and saw that I was nominated for Poet/Spoken Word Artist of the Year. And it took me by surprise because I'm like, who is watching me? Like, enough to nominate me for an award. You know, mind you, I just started performing at the beginning of this year. So I was pretty shocked. Like, okay, so I'm reaching some people enough to be nominated somewhere. So I thought that was pretty dope, just to be, you know, seen and heard enough to be in a category full of other poets that, you know, do this and do what we do. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that is dope. Well, a huge congratulations from me and us here at Lex Write About It. We support you and congratulate you on this amazing achievement, like a nomination. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And you just started performing at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still very new to me to even be like acknowledged or anything like that, because like, this is a new territory that I'm stepping in. So thank you for saying that, and thank you for congratulating me on that.
Of course. I feel like we as artists, we don't really, like, you know, sit and appreciate our work as often as we should.
Yeah.
You know, like we accept the thank yous and we're like, oh, that's too kind, it's too nice, you know, but we're never like, I did my good work.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote good.
Yeah.
That was some good writing.
I think it's because, like, as entertainers, they kind of make us feel like it's kind of bad to be boastful, but it's like that's the key to being an entertainer. Like, you have to be confident. You know?
Correct. Yes.
They don't really talk about like the time it takes to become confident, especially when you first start. You know, like you have to build that confidence and actually feel like you're the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, I completely get what you're saying.
Absolutely. Well, I'm so proud of you, and congratulations for stepping into that territory. You are definitely owning it.
Thank you.
Of course. So to dive into today's episode, we are talking about pain. How do you deal with pain? Man, that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you will tell us later with your piece, but for right now, I want to just ask a few questions, you know, to loosen up everything and just, you know, get a feel for you and who you are and why you do what you do.
Okay. I'm ready. Throw them at me. I'm ready.
So the first question, how did you come up with your pen name, ST1NNA?
Oh, well, my name is Christina, so
okay.
It's just ST1NNA.
Okay.
With the one. That's it.
Yeah, with the one.
That's it. I just felt like I had found my purpose, so I should put the one in front of me because I'm the chosen one. I'm the best.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel.
I love that. You are the chosen. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I saw the one and I was like, I definitely have to ask her about this pen name.
It's weird though, because my life path number is 1. I just so happened to find that out not too long ago, and I was like, oh well, okay, that's cool. I'll take it. So it all comes together in its own timing. So I thought that was pretty dope.
Amazing. Yes, we love that. Yes. What inspired you to start writing?
I went to school for journalism. I originally wanted to be a private investigator.
Yeah, a private investigator.
Yeah, and I went to school. I did the whole thing. My major was journalism. My minor was psychology. So I really wanted to get into like all that with the brain and everything. But then I just was like, school is not it for me. But while I was in school, I ended up writing this poetry book. And I thought it was really good. I was like, okay, cool. I think I can do this. But what made me start actually performing, because I've been writing for a long time, but actually get on the stage, was I had recently got another DWI. And I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm really just out here tripping, you know, just like not living without a purpose. It was really sad for me. Like I was really sad, and then we had the pandemic, so I wasn't working. I wasn't able to like do anything but drink, and that kind of put me down a path of like spiraling out of control, basically, type shit. And I was like, after I got that second DWI, I was like, I don't want to get out no more trouble no more. Yeah. So I used my poetry as therapy. And it took me a long time to get the courage to actually get on stage too. Like aside from that, like it took me maybe like 8 or 9 months after that to be like, cool, okay, I'm not scared anymore. Like, because at that point, it's like, what else do you have to lose? Like, you know, you putting yourself in jeopardy by not being able to speak about what you're going through because it's so important to you and it's your feelings, it's vulnerability. You're so comfortable with keeping that in, so why not just use it as an outlet? Right. And that's why I was like, well, dang, people can feel what I'm saying. Okay, cool. So maybe I am doing something right. Yeah. Like maybe this is what I need to be doing, you know? Right. So that's pretty much, I know it's a long, open response, but that's pretty much why I started doing it. Like it was like my back was against the wall and I needed to save my life, like basically. And that was what I did to do it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You talked a lot about being vulnerable and being able to share that space as an artist and just being able to tap into that, you know, feeling those things and being able to adequately relay them to other people so that they can feel exactly what you were going through in that moment at that time. Yeah. And I think you just touched on exactly what this podcast is supposed to be. Like, I've been trying to figure out a way to put it in words to people because I'm still, you know, promoting it and doing things. But I think you just put it in words for me. Like, that's what this podcast is for, is to create that platform so that artists can feel safe and welcome to come in, you know, and talk about their most vulnerable spots and talk about their parts where their backs were against the wall, they were at their lowest. So yeah, thank you for even wanting to be a part of this, to share your most vulnerable part. I feel lucky and, you know, like a favorite one to even be a part of that, you know. Well, thank you for asking. I mean, you know, and you're asking the right questions too. You know, a lot of times people don't ask the right questions. Right. You know, you're asking the right questions and it's making me feel comfortable enough to, you know, be vulnerable while we're doing the podcast. So thank you for that. Of course. That's all I want is for you to be comfortable. And lastly, before going into your piece, how do you plan to make a difference through your art? I think the biggest thing for me is just to keep staying relatable. And with that, I know it's like, okay, with being relatable, you have to go through a lot of things. Yeah. And I feel like already I've been through a lot of things that make me relatable. I mean, I'm a woman, I'm a lesbian, I'm Black. So I'm already 3 for 3. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, I turn around and I drink too much. Yeah. You know, I do this too much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody can relate to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think my biggest thing is to keep being relatable and to keep making my pieces to where people feel like they have somebody in their corner. I got a friend that should be like, standing for the people. And like, we laugh about it, but that's really what I want to be. Like, I really want to speak for people who don't have the voices, because I know and I remember what it's like not to have one or not feel comfortable enough to use it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Standing for the people. I'm down for that. Because I believe you for the people. Okay? I believe it. I believe you are for the people. This piece is called My Demons. I wrote it because I was so irritated with these motherfuckers and they have really just sent me over. So I was like, I'm gonna write a piece about them and just, you know, kick them to the side. I feel like if you call your demons out by their name, you can banish them. So that was why I did it. My demons, some fiends. They stay trying to pick me apart. To find the stash, not the cash, but the light shine bright as if it were green. I gave myself the green light to chase after my dreams, but my demons didn't agree with basking in the glory. You see, I could scream, but they just covered up with a smile and a freshness of style, because who is actually looking? No, Spike Lee, this ain't Crooklyn, but my heart breaks every time. And time after that, I be fighting back because I'm under attack, but they don't like that. I scream singing like Nina to get him off my back. Speak my truth like Sojourner when I feel him coming back saying, ain't I a woman? I told God I couldn't be a stronger soldier because them weapons was looking real close to prosper. I'm just offering a different perspective, a new measure of kindness. You can't find this anywhere. My name is Tina, ST1NNA. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Woo! Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I love, first of all, I do research on everybody who I get in contact with. If I can look you up in any type of way, that's what we're gonna do.
Yes, ma'am.
And we did. And let me tell you, we saw some of your work, and I was like, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I get real nervous about like stuff like that, so it makes me like super smiley and giggly and shit like that.
No, you're good. I understand, but it's good to feel good about your work.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When you recite your work to someone, and they're like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wait, I did good.
You're right.
I did good one.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel that. I really, 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 really feel that. I want to talk about your piece a little bit before I dive into the closing questions,
Okay.
because this piece right here, wow. You said, I gave myself the green light to chase after my dreams, but demons didn't agree with basking in the glory.
Yeah. Yeah. That's heavy, right?
That's heavy.
Yeah.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
I gave my dreams the green light. But I got some other stuff over here that I'm dealing with, and it's not gonna let me move forward until I go deal with it.
Basically.
So let me go deal with it first, and then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna deal with it, and then I'm gonna tell you
how I went.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Woo! That right there is good.
Yeah, it was.
That make me want to shout right there. That make me want to shout.
Because they be holding me back, and I be like, bro, I gotta get over here, and they be like,
yeah,
I'm not finished with you yet, you know?
Yeah. And that's how it be though. Like in life, you have to go through some things. Like you be like, dang, why can't I just go to the ending result? I know that I'm capable. I know what I'm gonna push out is gonna be great. I know that the things that I'm gonna achieve is gonna be great.
Yeah.
So why can't I just go right there? But life be like, nah, I got something for you.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta see this phase of life before you can
exactly.
Get to that.
Exactly.
Because you ain't even gonna know how to appreciate this.
Exactly. And that's it right there.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're really sticking with ourselves and we, sit with ourselves, are you really ready for what you're asking for though? Right. Like we all say, oh, we want marriage and we want kids and we want this and that. But like, do you really though? Yeah. Because that's a whole different side of the coin. We talk about that all the time. Like, right. Is the grass green on the other side? Yeah. Is that other coin, is that what you think it's supposed to be over there? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I get it for sure. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. That was good. I can go into a whole sermon on that. But we're going to pass on the sermon today. Oh, sorry, I'm a little silly. No, I like it. But that, when I hear some good poetry, some good work, it just make my... You gotta make sure y'all come to the show tomorrow. You are gonna love it in there. Yes. Yes, you're going to love it. Slide through. Okay. And then, first of all, Crooklyn is one of my favorite movies. Girl. When you switched over the piece, I was like, okay, Crooklyn. Okay. Girl. And you got to be a G for that one. Yeah. That one breaks my heart literally every time I watch it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them ones. Yeah. Yeah, that one was good. When I heard the line about Crooklyn, I said, okay, she doing her good writing. She did her good writing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Write the poem. No, seriously. Write the poem. And most of the time, they really be writing me. Like, sometimes they flow so effortlessly that I really don't have to put no effort into it. And that one was one that flew just effortlessly. Yeah. And like I said, I told you I was mad. Like, I was really upset behind that. Like, I felt like every time I wanted to achieve something, it was like something popped in my head like, now that ain't about to work, or you scared of this, or you don't like standing in front of big crowds, or that you don't like people looking at you, you're a little sensitive to energy. It's like dang, bro.
Right. Yeah.
You trying to get us out the hood. Why you trying to keep us there? Like,
yeah.
me against me, literally, though.
Yeah.
Because those things are nothing but myself.
Yeah.
Just lower versions of myself that are afraid or don't want to be seen or don't want to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do I talk those voices down and still do what I got to do to become the best version of myself and continue to do what my purpose is? Because I have to do that regardless of what's going on in my head. I still got to fulfill my purpose.
Yeah.
To feel like I have a reason to be here,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Absolutely. Woo!
It's heavy.
Sad. I'm speechless so far.
Go ahead.
Honestly and truthfully, I was trying to figure out a spot to start from, but listen, no, Spike Lee, this ain't Crooklyn, but my heart breaks every time and time after that. I be fighting back because I'm under attack, but they don't like that. Woo!
Yeah.
I be fighting back because I'm under attack, and they don't like that. Your enemies don't like when they fight you back. They be like, why is she putting up a fight? She's supposed to be surrendering. She's supposed to be sitting down, not fighting back, accepting this as her fate. She is putting up a fight. Yeah. Why is she fighting back? Yeah. They're making them mad. Yeah. They don't like when you fight back. Oh, girl, you was preaching in this, okay? You done said a whole sermon and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
You done said a whole sermon. But I think mostly what I take away from this is like, when you feel something great, like, go after it. Yeah. No matter what is trying to stop you, go after whatever you feel is great, because, like, look at what happens when you do go for whatever is great. Like, look what happens when you do take the time to say, okay, I'm going to deal with these emotions, rather than just sitting back and saying, like, I'm not dealing with this today. Because, it's so easy. We go through things and we're like, dang, this really hurt my feelings. But instead of me telling this person this hurt my feelings, I'm going to lash out. I'm going to cuss. I'm going to want to fight. I'm going to want to do all of this. But it's like, instead of doing that, just deal with how you really feel. Because sometimes our anger is really hurt. And we just need to deal with that hurt.
It's hard though.
It's hard. It's really hard.
It's hard to somebody to hurt your feelings. What if they don't care?
Yeah.
Or what if they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And me, I'm a crybaby. If I tell somebody they hurt my feelings and they don't care, I'm gonna cry.
Let me say it. I'm gonna be saying I don't like you no more.
Yeah. Now that's mean. That's mean. And why do we have to be mean?
Don't be mean like that.
Exactly.
That's all the time. Kindness is free.
Exactly.
That's why I put right there. I'm just offering a different perspective, a new measure of kindness. Mm-hmm. It's nothing. I tell you all the time. It's being kind is free. Yeah. Don't cost you nothing. Yeah. Most things around here that cost us about $1, little 50 cents. Kindness is free. Yeah. So you ain't even got. You know what I'm saying? And people still don't do it. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. That's facts. Yeah, I think writing and actually dealing with how we feel, even if you are not a writer per se, like people out there, they may not consider themselves as writers, they may not consider themselves as like a poet or whatever, but like, and even some of the listeners for the podcast, like, even if you don't consider yourself a poet or an author per se, it doesn't have to have some fancy title with it. If you write, that's your own form of poetry. Mm-hmm. You're writing, you're releasing that stuff that you're letting out, you're not holding in. So that is your own form of poetry. So if you're listening and you feel like, oh, I'm just a listener and I have no part but to listen, you're absolutely wrong. You are a writer. You do have a right to tell your story. You always have a place in the world to tell your story. So absolutely, whatever way you need to have that outlet, do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one last final question. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel this specific piece needed to be heard on the podcast today?
Well, the topic being pain, of course, and us speaking about that. I think when I wrote this, I was in a space of pain. Like I was just, like I said, I was really sad. I was really angry. I was going through a lot of emotions, and I feel like the piece itself is, like I said, relatable. Like I know everybody feel that way. I know everybody feel like, damn, my demons some things like they stay trying to pick me apart. To find the stash, not the cash, but my light is shine bright. It's like it's green, like it's money. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody can relate to that. Like everybody got a light in them that shine. Everybody attract the wrong crowd. Everybody get in the wrong crowd, or certain shit happens to them because of certain things. So I feel like it's relatable, and that's why I shared it, because I feel like that'll spark something in somebody too. Oh, okay, bet maybe I can go write something, or damn, that just inspired me to do this, or that inspired me to do that. So that's why I wanted to share it. And also let people know they're not alone. So I think that's like a big thing. Like I know for the longest I thought I was alone. I didn't think nobody was like me until I found other poets and I found community. And it was like, damn, okay, there's other people like me. So that's why, like, so people know, like, okay, well, at least I know I'm not the only person. When we alone, we tend to do things because we feel we alone, versus if we feel like we had somebody to talk to or listen to, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Well, I'm so glad you decided to share that one. I love that piece. That piece, that is going to be in my collection of. You're going to be in my collection of fake poets.
Book me, girl. Get me out there.
Because I really, really, really love this piece. It is ministry in so many different ways, on so many different levels, from a worldly aspect, from a spiritual aspect, from a career aspect, from a, just like an internalized, at like everything is just, it fits in every aspect of life.
Thank you.
Whoever you are, wherever you are, I feel like this can apply to, someone in any aspect of their life. So yes, I really love this piece. My Demons will definitely be in my favorites collection.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So if you don't have anything else before we close out, I want to give you the opportunity to shout out your socials. Let us know how we can keep, updated on your nomination and how we can follow you and support you in any upcoming projects that you may have.
Okay, my Twitter and IG is ST1NNA. My TikTok is ST1NNAGR8. Y'all can actually vote for me for Poet/Spoken Word Artist of the Year on the link that I post like every day. Y'all, I post every day about this thing, so just check it out. And that's pretty much it. I try to post my poetry on TikTok. I post reels of my poetry when I can. And I'm always performing in Dallas. So if you're looking for a poet or want to come see me, just come to a poetry spot on Wednesday or Friday, Saturday or Sunday. Thank y'all.
Word up. And we for sure will be supporting you here at Let's Write About It. You are family now. We will be supporting you, whatever you are. We will post, share it. We in your corner now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay. Ladies, gentlemen, and my non-binary peeps, you know what that sound means. It's time for Listeners Write About It. Today, I have a special guest who will be joining me to ask the question of the day. My daddy, Mr. Michael Waits. Hey, Daddy.
Hey, baby.
Thank you for being on my podcast to ask the question of the day.
Yes.
I'm very happy that you decided to be on while I'm in our city, Dallas, D-Town Boogie Woo.
I'm not from Dallas.
Okay, but still, we from like Dallas is our city. That's our city.
No, Texas.
Is our state.
Not Dallas.
Okay.
But carry on.
Okay, carry on. What will be the question of the day?
Well, question of the day is who or what inspired you to write? And what do you want to get or what do you want to see from your writing?
That's good. Y'all heard my daddy. Today, the questions are who or what inspires you to write? And what do you want to get out of your writing?
Y'all heard her daddy.
Yes. Well, good people, that's all for this episode of Let's Write About It. Thank you for listening. We would love to hear some of your favorite moments from today's episode. And if you want to stay connected with all things LWABI, you can follow our Instagram at LWABI.podcast and our Facebook page at Let's Write About It. They will also be listed in the episode description. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share to keep up on all things LWABI. I am your host, Lex J, and as always, love, peace, and poetry. Until next time, I'm out.